How's it going? We're just gonna go over we're only gonna be live for like 30, if that, and we're in the queue. We got 30 minutes and got franchise mode happening. Yo, what's up, Superman? How's it going? We're just live for this update. How's it going, my bro? I'm doing awesome, man. Great. Glad you can be. Type one more message for me real quick. If I have auto TTS. Been on that Valorant grind?
Hello, my guy.
Hell yeah.
Nothing much yourself? Been on that Valorant grind lately.
Oh, it might be playing. That'll do it. How you doing, man? You been on that Valorant grind? How's your how's all that going? Just it's been you gotta do a lot to get suspended. Yeah, practice makes perfect. Sometimes you need to be offline. Dude, I am excited for this.
I got suspended on competitive mode.
There we go.
I have been getting some WS though in unranked.
That's what it's about. Sometimes you just gotta practice up. Watching my nieces in the other room, so we gotta do this kind of quick. Ooh, that's some spicy guitar. That's some spicy guitar. Dude, we gotta get this. Dude. What a song, dude. And just a little. Lobby was brought to Xbox in Got 31 left until you reach the affiliate goal? Yes, I do. You're right. I'm so close. So close. Yeah, I keep checking it every day to see how close we are. Most of those are the bot accounts.
You've got 31 followers left until you reach that affiliate goal.
Yeah. And we're getting...
So are mine, but whatever.
Well, no, I didn't mean... I was just saying a lot of those are, Oh. So are yours. Yeah. I hate those accounts. Ooh. Alright, we got, says, 7 minutes drop. Trying to figure out where to go to look at all of my,
I've been banning those mofos lately.
Good, agreed. As soon as they start their spiel, I get... Yo, what's up, everybody? Really? 6 people? Wow. Wow. What's up, guys? Are waiting for everything to pop up. Achievements, there we go. Yeah, I've got 98 hours streamed. 98 hours streamed. The follower goal. Guys, hit follow so that we can hit affiliate. Be awesome, man. So awesome. We are almost into it. We got 6 minutes left. Dude, it's like, it's the same spiel every single time. Yesterday, we had one, hey, what's up? I'm good. What about you? How's your stream going? Play any other games? When they say, do you play any other games? You know. I was like, why would you come to this game and then... Really don't like Twitch's path to affiliate? Why? Think it's a lot? I mean, I feel like the keeping an average of 3 rough.
I really don't like Twitch's path to affiliate achievement.
I think the 3 average is a little rough. I think if you like, but they think that you can community by 100.
Because of the 3 average
Yeah.
viewers.
They think that you can get a community by then. Yeah, well, analytic? Hold on. Copyrights managed games. What's up, everybody? We're just chilling. How's it going? I mean, yeah, that I can't like this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a no money spent series, try and get people come look at our stuff. I hope it works out. But oh, they added a new ads man. Oh, cool.
Plus, I don't like the sports community from Twitch because of how I was treated last year.
Adsman, they updated the adsman. Bitch. Okay, cool. Ad revenue share 30 partially.
Why you worry about me? Don't need a flex on a gram. I stay low key. It's time to go out. Been working all week. She said she wanna come ride, so I give her the keys. We change it up, got disco trending. I make moves while you.
If I up it.
I don't see this night ending. So move your
Okay, we're gonna recommend.
with your girl and we move them sheets. I keep going, money on repeat. I'm Billy and I stay hot, you chilly. I got bars like Selly, make that milli. Cars from overseas. I'm
All right, here we go.
sauce with my chicken wings. Let the beat ride. We gon' dance until.
Here we go. All right, guys. We're recording. Here in a second. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna. All right, here we go. Unless you don't like the sports. Yeah, that's fine. Like, why is that all locked up? All right, here we go. Please be good. I hope this.
It's a long story that I'd rather not get into.
Did I just off? Here we go. Come on, YouTube. Oh, Bacon said we ready, chat? Dude, I hope this is good. You guess so about what? I mean, you can DM if you really want to talk about it. Oh, loading. It's trying. Our live reaction, boys. There just needs to be storytelling. Any hot girls in? No. Here we go. Oh, countdown. Oh, another minute. So they're gonna do it right at 10. 10 Central. All right. Well, how are you doing, man? Herb? Eh? You excited for that? Doing a video premiere. Here we go. 20 seconds and counting. Hey, everybody. Husky Gaming. We got the guys mode down background right now. Let's get into it. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Got.
Hey everyone, this is Gern Sumo, Senior Game Designer for NHL 20.
Oh, wow.
I'm here to talk to you about franchise mode.
Look
So
at
there's three
that.
things going into franchise mode. Everything from a brand new streamlined hub.
That looks so
explores game logs
clean.
and split stats, contract clauses and CBA updates, revamped player and coach conversations, and some community requested tuning changes that we did.
Yo, look at this
Over
hub.
here we have our brand new streamlined hub.
Look at that.
It's a unique change from previous years. The goal here was to make less tabbing and surface more information for you as users to be able to get the
That's
most
fucking
information possible
sleek,
to make
dude.
educated decisions. So you'll see a brand new quick links on the left-hand side here. Everything that's really important is showing up here. So all that stuff that needs to be done on a more regular basis is there at your fingertips.
Like
You'll
morale.
also notice a bunch of new widgets that are on the screen.
Getting
You'll
new
have the projected
players
goalie
and
widgets
stuff?
that'll show you
Like
the goalies
GM
that are about
like
to start
or-
for that game, as well as on that right-hand
Or
side,
GM mode.
a matchup widget showing you how you're matching up against the opponent you're about to play, as well as the conference standings,
Dude.
division standings, your team leaders from forward points, defense points.
It's all right
all
here.
down
You
to
don't
the
need to
team
go into another
leaders.
menu.
And then you have your league leader stats as well. And then on top of that, we've added the ticker that's in the trade deadline mini game at the bottom, which will continuously feed you information as you go from screen to screen
Dude.
as well. You're able to access the calendar
All
and
in
then
one
also
place.
Tab through to go through all the various tabs that you would have had access last year, in addition to a few new tabs that allow you to talk to players and coaches.
Oh,
Going into
talk to any player
box
and any
scores,
coach.
We'll bring up all the games that
Any
are
conversation.
played in the NHL. So all 1,300 plus games, or if you have a custom league, all however many games you've chosen to do. You can go to any game, not just your own teams. You can go
Wait,
to any game.
Wait,
and
did I miss
select
that? Did he say we
the
could
game
create our
and
own
view
league?
the box score for that game. I can view the events that are from that game, who scored, what penalties were there, as well as the stats for each individual player on both teams, and including the 3 stars as well. So you'll get a really good snapshot of every single game that happens in the NHL. And to feed into that stats motif that we got going on, we also have added new game logs and split stats for each individual player. So if I go into Elias Pettersson here, I can check out his full career stats, and you'll notice that there's a new filter that's shown here, which is full career stats. Now you got game logs and split stats. So if I go into game log, I can
Oh,
look
shit,
at every
dude,
single
that's
game
cool.
that he's played in this year, the standard stats that we track from minutes, shots, goals, assists, points, the date of the game, and the opponent of the game as well. So you can see how that player is doing against every single team and on a per game basis.
Okay, so it
In
looks like we
addition,
still
you can
get
also see
Snipe,
the
Ankle
split stats.
Picker,
So you can see
Puck
their
on a
last
String,
10
One
games,
T,
their home
Third
split,
Eye, and
their
Tape.
away
Hey,
split,
look-
their division split, conference,
Vectors.
and on top of that, their monthly and then their per team stats. So
As
how they've
per
done
up
against Florida,
here.
how they've done against Edmonton,
But I don't know.
Chicago, etc. And then lastly, we've also added an awards tab to the player info, and you'll be able to view any award that that player has won throughout their entire career. So it's not just the last 5 years. If you have Alex Ovechkin, could be something that he won back
Oh,
in the
wow.
2010s. All that shows up on this screen and for you to play and look at with throughout the course of franchise mode.
Oh, they got with him. I don't know if they won. They may have won a cup.
One of our biggest
Question
fan
mark.
requests is we added no move, no
My
trade
bad.
clauses to the game. In addition,
Okay, new
we also
contract stuff.
overhauled our contract negotiation system to fit that in. So,
So
now
this
you'll
is
notice
gonna
when
be
you go
like
to
a
the free
GM.
agency screen. You'll see an org interest bar. Every single player has a contract interest bar and an organization interest bar, and those will now dictate
That's
whether or not a player will want to sign with your team. So if a player has a very low organization bar, you may need to convince him to actually join your team. Those two bars now dictate and change who you target in free agency, because it may not be possible for you to get the best free agent because they may not like your organization because of the taxes that you have, the market size that you have, your status as a contender. If they want to be
Wow, man, this is interesting.
and you're a rebuilder, they may not want to join your team. Now, you can offer them other incentives. You'll see promises on the bottom right-hand corner and player requests. Certain players will have requests that they would like to have, like playing on the top line.
First power play unit.
Or playing in the first line.
Oh.
You'll also be able to give out clauses. So you'll see that you can give out no movement clauses, no trade clauses, modified no trade clauses. You can give out different structures, whether reduced, full. It'll change the number of teams that you can or cannot be traded to. So we've added a lot of depth and a lot of fidelity to the contract negotiation engine that wasn't there before. I'll go into a player that doesn't want to sign with my team currently. Give you an example of what I mean in terms of you have to persuade that player. Now, Sam Bennett here doesn't want to join my team. You're able to do certain actions to potentially win them over. You can charm them. You can gain some organization interest if they take to it. So in this case, it did, which is great. Now you can now talk about the contract or go into the organization and kind of pitch them on the organization. So if I go into here, I can now pitch him on the market size and the team status and persuade him into wanting to.
Imagine they show this and it all goes wrong as it
forego
like,
his expectation of preferring to play in a smaller market like Florida. So in this case, it's very risky to do so. It may negatively affect the organization, which may basically mean I'm out of the running completely. But if I do persuade him and it is successful, I can get him to join my team. So in this case, it's successful. And then if I go into organization, you'll see the bar go up to full. So now I have persuaded him into wanting to potentially join my team, which is huge. So he went from not interested
you
at
got
all,
him to
being persuaded into joining my team, and now I can go and offer him a contract. The first offer that you see here, the number of years, will always be what that player wants. You can go through and select different years. They may or may not accept it.
Oh, okay.
So if you do select 1 year or 2 years, they may say, I'm not interested in that, and just end the conversation there. But if you go into the 4 years, they will let you go in and start negotiating. So negotiate will try to make a more team-friendly
7
deal.
mil?
So the higher your organization bar, the more likely you can negotiate a player down in salary. You can also improve the offer if you like. This allows you to add extra money, clauses, promises to your contract offer. So if I want to increase the salary here, I can increase it up by a lot or a little. So I'll add $2 million to the salary. But I can also improve the offer further by adding in a clause. So I can give him a full move, no trade, whatever it may be. I'm going to give him a full no move clause, as well as I'll promise him first line minutes. So he will more than likely now want to sign because I have given him the world.
What's the contract and now the
table
organization
contract as
because
well. So if you think you've negotiated a deal with the player to the sense, but you want to try out and sign another player just in case, you can table the deal. There is a risk to this, obviously. If another team steps in and offers a contract to them, they may get taken and may sign with another team.
Oh,
So
you can
it's
still
kind of a risk
okay.
reward on your aspect of it too, whether or not you're willing to take that chance. So in this case, Sam Bennett accepts your offer because it was so good. I gave him a full no move. I gave him $2 million more, and I also gave him a first line promise. So he's now on my team. So I can literally convince him from not wanting to join my team to joining my team through the power of the
And
contract.
Bennett is a Panther.
So next up, with the addition of no move and no trade
I feel like that
clauses,
this isn't a
obviously when
franchise
you
mode.
want to trade a player that has a trade clause, you're going to need to figure
Or
out what
play as
team
a
it
team,
can or
like-
cannot be traded to. So if we go into Aaron Ekblad here, you'll see he has
From
a
what I remember of
modified
franchise
no
mode,
trade
like I
clause,
said,
and
I haven't
you go
played it
into
in a
new contract info screen that
But,
shows you the trade clause,
like,
the years that are left on the trade clause, and the teams that you can
This
trade
is
that
now
player to.
GM mode.
So on the right-hand side, there's a tradable team list. He can be traded to 20 teams, and there's 12 teams that he has a no trade for. So if I go to Anaheim or Boston or Buffalo, he is an eligible player for me to actually put on the trade block. If I put him on a team that he doesn't have a trade clause for, I would need to actually convince Ekblad to waive his no trade clause. So you can go into the proposed trade screen.
You can try and
select
waive
the player
it,
that you
okay.
want to trade, and it'll automatically have you initiate a conversation with them. You'll see that I'll have to persuade the player into waiving their no trade clause. It failed, which means I can no longer have Ekblad be eligible to be traded to the Carolina Hurricanes. The other way to get them to talk about their clauses or their options is to actually go in through the new franchise hub. So if I went into Matthew Tkachuk here, I have different options to have him potentially waive his clause or change his clause for the year. I'm able to get him to maybe give me a list of 1 team, 2 teams, 3 teams, or outright waive his no trade clause. So I'm going to
This
ask
is
him to
interesting,
give me
dude.
1 team that he would want to potentially go for. And in this case, he actually did. So now I can go into Matthew Tkachuk's player
Full
clause
in-depth
and figure
video.
out who he actually wants to be traded to. Now you can see that he has a modified no trade clause, but going to his contract info, he wants to go to the Montreal Canadiens. So I can now add him to the block for the Montreal Canadiens, and then you'll be able to make a trade. The conversation engine allows you to kind of have a little bit of flexibility and how much you want that player to waive, whether it be a fully waived
Go.
clause or to kind of select a certain amount of teams. It allows you to pick a riskier or less riskier option to give the player still some agency as well. Another new feature that we've added is our brand new conversation engine. You've seen a little bit of it in the no move, no trade, but we wanted to make every conversation feel important and have a meaningful impact on your team. So gone are the ice time conversations where players are complaining about things. It's now more of a proactive system where you are now assigning players goals or trying to make that player better or try to fit into your system as you need to. If I go into Korchinski here, you'll notice that there's 2 options for me to select from: season goal or on ice play. Each of these has their own subset of items that you'll be able to select through. For season goals, this actually influences player development, something that in the past you as a user didn't really have a lot of influence over.
You can try
Now
and
you do
develop
with
your players
season
better.
goals. So you can select a season goal. You'll have 2 options of short-term goals. So these are half-season goals. They're shorter goals and they give you less of a reward potentially. And then we have long-term goals, which allow you to perform a stat challenge, an award challenge, and then an X-Factor challenge. These challenges allow you to give a player potentially an X-Factor ability, whether it be a zone or a superstar ability.
Huh.
Award challenges are asking a player to win an award, and by winning that award, they may gain attribute points as well. And then you have stat challenges, which you may ask a player to score X amount of goals, assists,
What happens if
plus
they
minus,
don't?
or block shots, and they will gain potential ratings impact onto themselves based off of completing that goal. Now, it isn't that it's a hard line, so as long as I'm close, he'll get some of that reward to passing, but he may
Okay.
not get the full amount. So it is really forgiving in that sense, but you do want to get as close as you possibly can to that marker to help influence that player. So in this case, I'll set a goal to have him score 40 assists, and then once that's in there, you'll be able to check out the goal in the morale screen as you sim through a season and you look at their stats and see how they're doing. Now that I've assigned a player goal to that player, I can also go into the on-ice play and potentially have them change their play style or their position. You'll notice on the upper right hand side of the screen that you have something called adaptability. Every player has adaptability rating. This adaptability rating allows us to control how likely a player will potentially adhere to being able to change to a
Okay.
playing style or a position that they play. The younger the player, it'll actually make it a little bit more easier for that player to be a little bit more
Right, 'cause
valuable and a little bit
you
more
develop
easier
players to
for
mold to
the
the
play
way that you-
style or position. So an older player will be a little bit more set in their ways and may not be able to switch to that position or play style, but true to real life as well. So in this instance
Great.
here, we're able to look at these 2 options of play style and position. I'll select to change his position. It'll give me options to be either straight up, change him out of left defense. I can move him to right defense as well. These are both persuades and they have different factors that weigh in. So in this case, I want to add a secondary position to lower his defensive awareness rating. The harder it will be to convince him. If I want to change his position, players with higher defensive awareness rating will be harder to convince. So players
Right.
are really good at defense, they probably don't want to move out from defense. But if the player has a lower defensive awareness, you may be able to get them to change to a
Valid.
forward. Here I'll ask Korchinski to change his position. So in this case, that persuade failed. In many cases, the persuade may or may not work, but you do have the ability to change a player's position and play style. It all has a multitude of different factors that go into it. Again, we really wanted to give you as the user the ability to have more fidelity, more control over the players to fit within the system that you're trying to build.
Sidney
So, in
Crosby
addition,
on
you can
fucking
also talk to
defense or
your
whatever.
head coach. You can talk about your preseason or your game plan for the team. And these essentially are buffs to your team that you get for the season, whether it be conditioning, strength training, skill training, 5-on-5 focus, power play, penalty kill, video session. So all of these will have different buffs and debuffs.
Dude, that's so
Outside the
cool.
Power play, this will
This is
give
definitely
my
an upgrade
team
from what we've had
a
before.
buff for the power play, but also have a debuff on my penalty.
Fully
kill. So in
focused.
this case, I got him to adhere to that preseason focus. I can go back in and talk to him also about the game plan that he has. So we can talk about preferred lines. As he is locked until the regular season, and I'll get into that as well. Ice time allocation is also locked until the regular season, but this will allow you to allocate whether or not you want your team to roll 4 lines, 3 lines, top heavy. It allows you to kind of manipulate
Wow, kind of
the
pick and
best
choose how you want your
possible
pick and choose.
situation for your team.
manager.
So now that we're here in the regular season, I'm now able to chat with my coach. So if I'm in the edit line screen, I can hit the Y button to go into strategies and then bring up the coach card from
Okay, that didn't
Go
look
into
promising.
the
Those look like
availability, and then
same
chat with the coach about their
overload.
game plan. So I can now talk to them about their preferred lines or ice time allocation, as that's no longer locked. I can get them to potentially change those things. So in this case, I want him to reorganize or lock.
Hold on,
their
just for a second. We're gonna go back to here.
to go into strategies and then bring up my coach.
Right
It allows you
here.
to manipulate that and have the best. I'm now
Right.
able to chat with my coach. So if I'm in that,
So the line chemistry, it looks like there's still overload.
Still force the coach to go through this flow. You will lose morale as a trade-off, but at the end of the day, you are the GM and you.
But does
are
it
the
look
coach,
promising?
so you
Because it
are
said that
able
there was
to
stuff
brute force your way through it. So in this case, I want to
for a
look at
rework
my
on
forwards, and
those.
I
So
want to have
maybe they could
my
be
line
named this.
2 center be Elias Pettersson. So if I go into line 2
I hope so.
center, I can now lock in Elias Pettersson as the center for that line. Now I can also make his left wing. In this instance, I'll just put
Like
Jacob Best.
Graham.
And then if I go into that align screen again, you'll notice that when I hit best lines now, those players should now get into that slot. You now see Elias Pettersson and Jake DeBrusk in that role. So if I move Pettersson down to the 4th line here and then I hit best lines, it will always lock them into that line. So if he gets hurt and comes back into the lineup, it will remember that and put him back into the right spot. So you can lock all your lines exactly how you want it and really help the usability for playing.
So
with
JT
these
Miller's
on,
gonna be
you're
at
able to
92
have your lines
lines,
always
but-
constructed in the way
and
that you
8
want them, and the coach will
91.
make sure that they do
Foster's
best lines in that match.
Evan Garland's gonna be
It's
85.
quite
So
a
this is
cumbersome
gonna be
thing,
back
so this
to
is our way with the power of the conversation engine to allow you
the
to
higher players
actually
being higher. Well,
lock
but those
in
could
and
also
build
be
those lines.
factors because they are. They have X Factor abilities. So unless if they give
feature that
regular
we
cards
added
X Factor,
to really help
no.
the roster sharing community was the
Then they
addition
just
of
have
draft picks to the
special
player
X Factor
movements.
cards or
So
something.
now you're able to trade 5 years worth of draft picks in the player movement screen to keep up with the real world as you're waiting for the latest roster update from us.
Okay.
So in this case, I can trade Anaheim's and Edmonton's 1st-round pick to the Buffalo Sabres, and then you'll be able to go in and see that Buffalo has Anaheim and Edmonton's 1st-round pick, and you're able to upload this roster file to roster sharing, and then you'll be able to have others download it with the correct draft picks, and you can then start your franchise mode when the latest trade comes out and you're waiting for the roster update. You'll be able to make the adjustment yourself and then
Okay.
the franchise mode and start your franchise.
Any more?
That's a big change there, as well as we've
Draft
added
class?
2 more elite potential prospects into the draft. Make the league as you get later into later years, refresh that player pool, have the overall be around the same amount as well. So
We added a lot to franchise mode this year. We had a lot of fun working on the game, and we can't wait for you to pick up early access on September 27th.
All right, that sounds like that's it.
Game, and we can't franchise mode this
Animation.
year. We had a lot of fun working on the game, and we can't wait for you to pick up early access on September 27th.
Hold on, sorry guys. Animation is. The animation's so fast. I want that screenshot.
We added a lot to
Hold on,
franchise
guys.
mode this year. We had a lot of fun working.
All right,
on
well
the
this
game.
is
We can't
awesome.
wait for you to pick up early access on September 27th.
I might play some of this. Slow down. My playback speed.
This on September. Early access on September 27th.
Oh.
Make a
Can't wait for September 27th.
There. Perfect. Oh. Perfect. Right there. That's awesome. Alright, guys. Like, subscribe, all of that stuff. Check you guys out in the next. Alright. Get chat, everybody.